Sky, Temple, Mercenary timings. Generally speaking, after the first Temple phase, you always grab Siege immediately. The reason you grab Siege immediately is because it creates pressure in the bottom lane, and if you push with them and get enough pressure, you can get the well, especially if you've been pressuring the bottom lane a lot in the early game. If you get the bottom well, it means that you will be able to get the bottom temple, and statistically the team that wins the bottom temple wins the match. This is how big an advantage the bottom temple is. It guarantees that you go into the mid game ahead. If the enemy team can't tap, then you're almost guaranteed to win the bottom temple because you can tap. You can go back, you can tap, you can come back into the temple. A lot of teams are getting bruisers first, and the reason they're getting bruisers first is very specific. They want to push in the top fort, get the entire top fort, and use that experience to be up a level, and that scaling advantage, that 4% scaling advantage, helps them win the bottom temple. So both of these strats revolve around pushing the bottom temple, or winning the bottom temple, right? The problem is if you get bruisers and you don't have a siege composition, you don't have a sieger in the top lane to push with it, it's not going to get the fort. And that means that you didn't get bruisers at a timing where it will push when you're not there. Instead, you got bruisers at a timing where it'll push when it can be cleared and you're not pushing with it. Therefore, you're not getting the value out of it. This is a mistake. You only want to get the bruisers first if you can guarantee, absolutely 100% guarantee, that it will get top fort before bottom shrine to give you that tempo advantage in terms of experience. If you can't do that, it's a mistake. The timings for mercenaries on Sky Temple both revolve around getting an advantage that will allow you to win bottom temple. If you don't execute it correctly to get the advantage and it doesn't help you win bottom temple, then you did it wrong. It's a pretty simple dynamic. All right, back to the game.